Pastor Mike and Wyatt and Dan, I thank you for this day to honor those that have given the ultimate sacrifice to our nation. I know in our congregation that there are many that have served in combat. I did not serve in combat, but I didn't back up to any pay lines either. I found out that as a United States Marine, I lost many friends in training for combat. And I would mention those today as we go through this day. I think you need to hear my testimony first. I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas, and raised in a little community called Flower Bluff. And I know we got a gal here that graduated, Linda Austin, John's wife, and we were just a little bitty community outside the back gate of NAS Corpus Christi. I soon went to all the school systems there, and then I went to Texas A&I University on a small tennis scholarship. And it was there that my life changed. It was there that I married the love of my life and found the love of my life in Vicki. And she's not here with us today. She's with her sister up in Dahlonega, Georgia. But along with Vicki came her mama and her daddy. Ruthie Barron sitting right back there, and her husband, who was Bill Barron, had a tremendous influence on my life. You see, they were great Christian folks. It's where I saw them pray. It's where I saw every Sunday that they went to church. Well, guess what? If I'm going to date their daughter, guess where I'm going? So I started going to church, a little small Baptist church, Kingsville, Texas. For 2 years, I listened to the gospel. For 2 years, I kept telling myself, oh, you're saved, you were sprinkled when you were born. But I had never asked Jesus into my life. So I decided after two and a half years, I guess it was, Mamo, that I needed to be saved. And so I went, and at that time, our pastor was Gary Heron, and I had a meeting with him in his office, and it was in 1970 that I asked Christ into my life. And that changed a whole lot of things for me, and I was often off to OCS, and I was one of those, in my estimation, 10-day wonders. I was graduated from college, I was commissioned a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps, and I was married. And off Vicki and I went to Pensacola, Florida to go through flight training. The next part of this, I'm going to give you some of the priorities that I learned as a United States Marine. Many of them, they are the same as you probably have in your life. Number 4 priority for me is whatever I did, whether it was a coffee mess officer as a second lieutenant trying to learn how to fly helicopters and airplanes, up into being a commanding officer of a squadron, I tried to do that to the best of my ability. And I know that folks out here, that you do the same thing with whatever you did in your life that you're still doing, you do it to the best of your ability. Number 3, I found out that one of the priorities in my life really was my country, because serving as a Marine, that was one of the reasons I was there. Our country is the greatest country on the face of this planet. And I say that because I've been to a lot of other countries, whether it was in the Far East, whether it was in Westpac, or whether it was in the Mediterranean in Europe. I went to a lot of different countries. I was always extremely proud and happy to come back to the United States of America. We are that beacon of light on the hill for many, many nations. We're not conquerors, we're liberators. And you can see that when you look at what's happened after World War II. And we're out there to assist those countries that really need us. And we just lost a Marine helicopter here just recently in Nepal, trying to help a country that had devastating earthquakes. So I love this country. Number 2 is my family. I mentioned to you about Vicki and I marrying, and surrounded by a family that was a loving Christian family. My son, right now as I speak, is in Afghanistan on his second tour of duty. He's been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Korea. He's done it all. What a great guy. He is a Christian. He is a father, and I'm known as Dupop to my grandkids. My family is very, very important to me. and I love them dearly. Number one in my life, you heard my testimony, is the Lord God Jehovah. He is the rock. Without him, the other three are really meaningless. So you really know that God is the Father of all. Next part, if I get a little emotional on you, just bear with me, I'll get through it. Last time I was in an auditorium this size with a congregation of mostly Marines and a few sailors. It was for a memorial service. As a commanding officer of HMM 265, which was a helicopter squadron, we were stationed out of Okinawa, Japan, and we were doing the nitty-gritty stuff that you do as Marines, and it was a midnight mission, and I received a call that one of my airplanes had crashed into the sea. Out of the 14 that died, 4 of them were mine, the air crew. And I'll share this with you. One of them was a Navy corpsman, and he wanted to be a Marine more than anything else. He did everything with us, and he asked to be trained as a gunner and an observer, and I let that happen. And that's why he lost his life that night, Doc Ronaldo. He wasn't a corpsman. He was a corpsman. I know that out there in this audience, there are many that have probably lost loved ones or know of those that have lost loved ones during their tenure in the armed forces. I would just ask you today to remember them and to lift up their families in prayer, either today or tomorrow, and that you do remember them. You know, there's an email that has been circulated around, and an old Marine buddy sent it to me, and I think it's very apropos for today. And he wrote in there, and he said, you know, Dewey, there's 2 people that gave their life for you. One died on a cross for your soul and for salvation. The other was a United States soldier who died that we would have the freedom to honor God and to pass his word throughout this world. You know, I'll sum it up with this, that Jesus said it all, John 15:13. Rather than me paraphrase, I'll read it. Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Freedom is not free. Pastor Mike, thank you.